The Worldwide Fund, WWF, is strongly opposing a new move to mine the West Coast National Park. The WWF says a phosphate mine owned by African Rainbow Capital is seeking to mine inside the boundaries of the West Coast National Park and is strongly opposing any attempts to open up mining in South Africa's national parks. WWF says it will do anything in its power to preserve the long-term security of irreplaceable biodiversity assets within its national park system, which at best represents a relatively small proportion of its total land surface area. Right, as we expand the conversation there, we are joined by the WWF's CEO, Morne, just getting a sense of some of the latest developments. Morne du Plessis, thank you very much for your time. You've expressed very strong opposition to attempts to open up mining in South Africa's national parks. Talk to us about some of your pressing concerns.
Yes, thank you very much, and good evening. WWF and other environmental organizations are not against mining per se, because our economy is very dependent on it. But when we're talking about mining inside a declared or proclaimed national park, and these national parks cover only 3.5% of our land surface area, we are saying that the mineral deposits that occur inside national parks should stay in the ground, that these places are too precious for us to damage and to cause irreparable damage to.
And with the security of biodiversity assets being one of the biggest concerns here, what is the scale of the impact should this be a move that, gets the go-ahead?
No, so I won't even go there because, it's against the law in South Africa. And so we do not prepare ourselves. We just think that this is a very audacious attempt at getting a piece of land with phosphate on it that's currently part of a national park, alienated from the national park. And we do not believe that as long as South Africa has the rule of law, that this will be possible. So, I'm not going to even discuss the impacts of what happens if that happens inside the park.
Perhaps let me rephrase. I'm talking about the potential dangers, so we can get a sense of exactly how important this opposition is.
Yes, so look, there's already an existing mine immediately outside the fence of the West Coast National Park. It's the same body of phosphate that the mining company is attempting to mine inside the park. We objected with many other environmental organizations because of the potential impact on the estuary, which sits at Langebaan. It's an area of international importance. It's on a bird migration pathway. And so if there's ecological damage to that system, it basically affects not only biodiversity in South Africa, but also those that move up and down into the Eurasian migratory pathways. But what has also happened, and WWF currently is has asked that the Minister of Environment's decision on an appeal that he rejected concerning the mining company's obligations to do a biodiversity offset. So in essence, it's when they were given permission to mine, there was a condition for the permission to mine that they had to do a biodiversity offset. In a way, it's to pay compensation for residual damage that cannot be restored. And through some sleight of hand over the years, that has been waived. And so we're currently taking legal action in order to get that obligation reinstated. So this is a long history that we've had with this particular mining company that has ducked and dived wherever it has seen fit.
Yeah, and as you talk to that, I know that you filed the papers in the Cape High Court last month requesting that it set aside this decision by the department. What forms the legal basis of your argument as you take this matter to court?
So this was a legal condition that underpinned the permission to mine. And so 4 years later, it had to be implemented within the first year. That didn't happen. 4 years expired. Then the company went to Department of Mineral Resources and had it, by sleight of hand, had it waived. And we believe that that process was illegal and didn't follow due process. And so that is what we're challenging. Other matters around it that don't concern us in this conversation.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Perhaps let's leave our conversation right there. That was Morne du Plessis, WWF CEO.